So we say أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم مدد يا سلطان الأولياء مدد يا سلطان الأنبياء مدد يا محمد مصطفى دستور يا سيدي. Forgive us, O Ascended Masters. And today we just jump into it. We talk on this seal, on this talisman, which contains a snake and a scorpion, right? And the Dhul-Fiqar, yes? Ooh. So for many this is probably very will make them afraid, yes? I have it from a good source, so I know that it's good, and it pops up in my life here and there. And of course it contains many verses, Qur'anic verses. I'm not going into them, but it's a very strong one. This is a copy, but I have since long time the intent to handwrite it, because as you say, I don't know, maybe I didn't say it for a long time, but handwritten is more powerful, as our master said. Like, the copies, they don't have basically powers. If you feel something from a copy, which I do from this one, the handwritten one must be bombastic, right? A nuclear weapon, I don't know. So what do we have here? I just want to say, okay, we have Allah on top written, yes, here, and I think probably inside is written 66 times, once again, small Allah. It looks like this, yes. Then we have, yes, the squares here are very interesting because they are not really squares also, yes. So to all those people who think that there are only 4x4, 3x3, whatever, 6x6, 9x9 squares or more, no, they are not, because there are, for example, this one, all of them actually in this, but you have to know what to do, I think, for this. This is like 4x8, right? 4x8. And you have the abjad here also, and certain things. Then you have the next square is Allah. I mean, I could read it all out, but I just pick out few things, yes, to give you an idea. And this is like also a little bit learning by looking into things, and yes, maybe making intention, yes. And of course we have the 4 archangels mentioned here: Jibril, Mikael, Israfil, Azrael, few times, yes. And then you have also a 4 by, I think, 8 square, which mentions Allah and Budur. So Budur is a certain spirit. I think it's pretty common. I see that they use it in the Chishti order as well, and in different orders. And the standard 3x3, which square, which adds up to 15, right? It is also associated with Budur, yes. But I don't know much about Budur. This is all I know, yes. What else? Yeah, all in all, you see that this is a talisman, yes. All the other things, it is very important to know here. Like one square, it usually doesn't do a lot, yes. I mean, you can load it, you can empower it, yes, but I mean, just if you write it, then okay, it can protect you and things like this, but this is like, if you have something like this, and also you can look my video on the Seal of Solomon, and I don't know how the other video is called, but where I put the 3 other seals together, like combine. What I want to say, actually, yes, once again, yes, one square is good, 3 also, 4, 5, but you can go for more. Let's put it like this, yes, you can go for more. And also in my thinking, okay, copy is still working, yes, but you can go for more. You can write it your own. You can recite. Keep the beats moving, yes. This is so bad here. I have to change something here. Yes, I'm just saying the roof is open. You can put several squares together, yes. Then you have here Kaf, Ha, Ya, Ein, Sad, right? Square for Kaf, Ha, Ya, Ein, Sad. And now, funnily enough, Kaf, Ha, Ya, Ein, Sad, we have to say one thing about this, or few things. First of all, also talking about the Quran, right? There are many things we don't understand. What is Kaf, Ha, Ya, Ein, Sad, basically. But it is a way to communicate with the angelic realms, yes? And these are codes, yes? Yes, Kaf, Ha, Ya, Ein, Sad, they say it's for manifestation also. And it was the dhikr of the Zakaria. So probably it was a Syrianic name, yes. But many possibilities here. And a very interesting point about Kaf, Ha, Ya, Ein, Sad is that it has the same abjad value as La ilaha illallah, 165. But you have to be careful, because I'm saying this because there are 2 abjad calculations. In one abjad calculation it will be 195, which is not same like La ilaha illallah. But if you take the other, there's Mashriki and Maghribi, and yes, you can calculate in both. And if you take the other one, it will be 165, which is La ilaha illallah. So this is interesting. Also synchronicity. Yes. So Kaf, Ha, Ya, Ein, Sad, very powerful one. Also, then you have the Dhul Fiqar with La Fata ila Ali wala Sayf ila wala Sayfu ila Dhul Fiqar, right? And I mean the back, yes, different. Ayatul Kursi, different things written here. Yeah, as I said, would be interesting. Then you have number squares, different number squares here. Then you have one, this is very interesting, I think. I think this is recommendable, maybe. Where is it here? I don't know if it can catch the camera. Malik Latif. Very interesting. It's a 5 by 7. Yes. Malik Latif, this we know. So if you would write this one, you can go back and stop it. Malik Latif, this is probably for being sovereign in situations, and for people and yourself also to be more friendly to people, right? Yes. Latif is also about knowledge and like also feeling and being protected from the fine things. So as once again I say, if you have many squares in one, this is like going into many things, many holistics, very can get very holistic. Of course, also possible you can do the same squares 100 times, also interesting. But of course it's a lot of work. This is why there are so few of these squares, and this is why it's a copy here. Yes, then you have one, this one is also interesting. This is with the pentagram and with fard, right? and the letter Fa, Fart. So this is talking about, if we talk about this, we have to say, if you don't know, there's the pentagram is associated with Sunday, and the letter for Sunday is Fa, and it all boils down to this also seal, which you can see there. And probably this seal can be done in the first hour of the sun. And what to do there is maybe to recite your fard also. And for every day there is another name. And maybe you came across of these talismans. I saw a few versions of it. It's the scorpion snake talisman, yes. And different things. So yes, you can see if people order talismans, it's always a little bit different, maybe a little different square because of astrological timing, because also of the inspiration of the writer, and yes, the time, yes, we're living in. Maybe this year is different than last year. So it can be the person who's ordering or writing yourself. And talking about this, it's not as easy for those who are taking the courses with me. They will know it's not so easy to write it. It's not like I'm gonna sit down and write my email. It's not like that, yes. You may have blockages before writing it, that you don't even write it. It may be very, very hard for you to write it. This is we have to see it more like a present. Yes, from Allah. If you manage to write it, if you manage to get one, it's more like a present. Yes. And then you write it, maybe afterwards you are totally tired, or I don't know. Especially this one, I don't know, it can change your life if you handwrite it. God knows, but yeah. The other one I talked about, the Seal of Solomon, it really can, from my experience. Yes, otherwise stay tuned. Drop the questions in the question box. Drop your comments, like, subscribe for more content like this, for keeping it going, because at the same time it's so old, but we are living in a time where all the knowledge is like gone basically, and the few ones who are working with it are bringing it back. Yes, so this is for, if you like, subscribe. This is also for the universe, for Allah and the angels will see that people are interested in it, so it will bring the knowledge further. And this is a renaissance of this knowledge, so I'm very happy, mashallah, to be here and to share a few things with you, to motivate you, and the more people they do it. But don't forget that the beats, that the prayers are like, yes, stronger, more important. Because it's about a lifestyle. So many people, they want to, maybe they make rituals or they just write the talismans, but if you don't have the correct lifestyle, this may be tricky because of the blockages. And then people talk maybe about preparations, but if you have the correct lifestyle, you don't need a preparation. Then the only thing you can do is make your lifestyle even better, because you cannot do those things like going into cinema, coming back home, and then you write it. No, not possible, right? But of course, we make step by step, and there is always way to progress. Long talk, salams.